Whew.
Let me just get the door for you.
Okay. He got me at the Cheesecake Factory, y'all. I ain't getting out this car. Mm-mm. Yes.
Would you want me to open the door for you?
Look at.
Are you're recording me?
Yeah. Yeah. This is the Cheesecake Factory. This is the Cheesecake Factory, y'all.
What's the problem with that?
This is a chain restaurant. Who takes someone that looks like this to a chain restaurant?
You want to talk about it? I'm fine with talking about it, even in front of them.
Oh, yeah, I want to talk about it.
Yeah.
Come on, get up on in the car. Yeah, we're going to talk about it. Oh, okay.
Okay. So,
yes, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
So you expect a man to go all out on the first date. Is that right?
I mean, you're supposed to. When you take out a beautiful woman and you're courting her, because I get courted. So you're courting her, right? You're supposed to take care of her. You're supposed to cover her. You're supposed to protect her, cherish her, treat her well, right?
Yeah.
That's what you're supposed to do.
I agree. I went into this date as I expect, with the expectations for myself to keep you safe, you know, to respect you, to pay for your food, of course, pick you up, of course, and just treat you like a gentleman, which I believe I have done.
I mean, you've been pretty nice, but
and then
Cheesecake Factory.
I, on the other hand, have certain expectations for a girl I go out with on the first date. I expect her to be respectful too. I expect her to be cooperative, and at least, you know.
What did I do that wasn't cooperative?
Well, I mean, like, even like when we were walking to the car, you wouldn't put your hand around my arm or anything like that, or hold my hand or anything like that.
I mean, it's too early for that.
Okay,
I don't know you.
I can respect that. I can respect that.
Okay.
When I got to your apartment to pick you up, you didn't want to invite me in. I can respect that too. We're not
again. I don't know
there
yet.
Okay. And then, but
I mean, I feel like I'm doing everything I'm supposed to do as a woman.
But
I got myself all made
up. There's nothing
up.
wrong with the Cheesecake Factory, right?
Yes, there's a lot wrong with the Cheesecake Factory.
Okay, well, look at my planner where we were gonna go originally.
See, now that's where we should have went. All right there. Call him.
No.
What do you mean no?
See, I specifically told you both yesterday and this morning that I'd come to pick you up at 4 p.m. Right? And I got to your place at 4 p.m. You didn't even come downstairs for another hour, and so I was waiting downstairs for an hour. Right?
But I wasn't expecting for work to take me so long. I got home a little late, and like I said, I don't know you well enough to invite you up into my apartment, and that is not possible.
And that's why I'm saying, I'm thinking, okay, if we're not there in the relationship to, you know, meet at your apartment, then maybe we're not ready in a relationship for such a nice, fancy restaurant as Aria. Especially if I'm paying for the whole thing. Which I'm still willing to do. I would have been. Okay. But if we're late, I told you twice.
It wasn't that late.
We literally left your place at the time the reservation was supposed to be.
Oh.
And I specifically said 4 because maybe we could get there early and even have some time to get to know each other on the way there and while we're in the parking lot. Waiting for a reservation.
We can still get to know each other. Isn't there another restaurant you can call that, like, you know, the equivalent to that? I mean,
I literally
you don't understand. Look at me. I cannot go in the Cheesecake Factory.
There's nothing wrong.
I will die. That's embarrassing.
Listen, I as I said, I have very specific certain expectations for dating.
No.
I can tell it's not gonna be there. And maybe we're not right for each other. So respectfully, I'm gonna just drop you off at home.
Oh no, he didn't.
Yeah, I'm up.
So you just want to call it a night? I mean,
Yeah.
isn't there some kind of compromise or something? Ladies, can you believe this?
I'm sorry, y'all.
He just pulled out of the parking space.
If I don't feel respected, I am not gonna go through with the rest of the day.
Well, I mean, you are serious. You're really leaving.
Yeah. I mean, you didn't want this place anyway, right?
I mean, I understand that I was late. I understand that. I understand that I could have been a bit more cooperative. You made some good points. That's why I'm willing to compromise. Are you sure you want to go home?
I don't have a lot of rules. I don't have a lot of expectations for a first date, but I've already set them, and you've broken every one.
Oh
So,
my God.
I'm sorry. We're dropping you off home.
All right, whatever. Well, I mean, I guess I understand. You got to do what you got to do. I understand where you're coming from.
So
Was that all worth it?
So from a lady's perspective, what do you think?
I have there's just quite
Because
a few
you know
things
women
on this.
have the hive mind and they're gonna team up and say, "Oh, she was right." Anyone in their rational mind,
Okay.
come on.
Firstly, she's the reason, one of the reasons, why not just black men, but men don't want to date black women.
How dare you?
Because your attitude stinks.
She's a hot chick.
Your attitude
Look
stinks.
at her.
Okay.
In my opinion, she's average at best.
I'm not gonna be rude.
No. It's not being rude. Let's just say what we see.
For what it is, right?
She's average at best.
What is that a formula for? Buy a dog, die alone.
A lot of women think that they're a 10 out of 10. You are not a 10 out
it
of
doesn't
10.
matter. Even if you're a 10 out of 10, your attitude, your behavior
exactly.
was terrible, right? Let's keep it 100.
It was
Let's
awful.
keep on. She kept saying, "Look at me." He booked a nice restaurant for them to go to, catch up, get to know each other.
And she was late.
She was late over an hour. On his part, that's some simp shit, right? But he held his ground in the end. He held frame. I'm just saying.
He gave her a chance.
Yes,
Look,
maybe he likes her.
Exactly.
And he overlooked some of the BS that she was doing. Cool. I'm sure we've all done it. No shade to him. But the behavior was terrible.
It was
Come
awful.
on.
This is the reason. Listen, if you're not getting what you want out of a relationship, or you're dating people,
First impressions.
and the guy doesn't want to take you seriously all of a sudden, it's because of you.
He tried.
It's because of you.
Some dudes wouldn't even have dropped her back home. They said,
Get
you
out.
can find your own way back
get
home.
Uber or something.
So he courted her. As she said, most guys court me, blah, blah, blah. If a woman has to tell you that means it don't happen. But let's just for argument's sake, let's just say that does happen. So he courted her, booked a nice restaurant for them to go to. And guys, don't ever do that ish. Don't break the bank, right? Just to take some woman out. Because you take her out, and then you got Pookie and Ray Ray or some dude that she likes coming through after, smashing and getting the guts for free. When you've pulled out all the trimmings, all the stops.
Tell me about it.
Come on now. I'm just saying. I'm not saying to you, if you're courting a woman, do that. That's up to you. I can't tell people what to do. If you're courting a woman, you like her, do your thing. But this kind of behavior, don't accept that.
No. And I'm glad that he said no. And she was shocked. Did you see her face? She was like, oh, really?
She started to get more feminine.
She did.
When he started to put down his foot and say, nah, this ain't happening.
I'm going to say this. A lot of women will have a problem with what we just said, right? With agreeing with the guy.
I don't know what kind of people will have a problem, but
listen, you know what type of people have a problem. But anyway, they're going to have a problem with the fact that we're agreeing with the guy. I agree with the guy. This is how I look at it. I have a son, I have brothers, I have a father, and I have uncles. And let's just stick to the son part for a second. If my son ever did come and tell me he went on a date and he followed through everything after this woman's attitude, listen, he would get one cussing, because it's like, don't ever let a woman do all these things, be disrespectful, be late, think she's the ish when she's not, and she wants you to spend all this money.
But she's setting the precedent for how your relationship will go on in the future.
Exactly.
So
if she doesn't get her way, it's all this attitude, it's all this BS.
She's on lease with the option to buy. That's what the situation is. Because best believe, don't think that guys that she really wants is paying all that money for her. Make no mistake in that. That's not happening. She's just, obviously, maybe she's not that attracted to the guy. He was a foodie call, and that's what women do. And if the roles are reversed, women would say that the guy, you're a bum, you're low tier.
Yeah.
Exactly. Right. But now this guy, she tried to film him, embarrass him, and then embarrass herself.
Exactly. She tried to film him. What is that about? You tried to make him look like a fool, right? To your girls, or whoever you're recording.
She did say, "Girls, did you?"
Exactly, exactly. Yeah. So you're trying to embarrass him. So I applaud him. Drop her ass home, kick her back to the curb, to the streets, and leave her right there. And I feel sorry for the next guy that dates her, or maybe she'll learn a valuable lesson this time around and think about her actions for the next time.
That's why a lot of men are checking out of Western women.
I know,
grabbing their passports and dating more feminine women that actually are women, that want to be women and love holding their feminine frame. Peaceful, submissive, all of that. Yeah, they're getting more bang for their buck abroad. Yep, it is what it is, guys. Put in the comments below, what do you think?